7 things that men really need. And if you don't have those 7 things, or if you can't get those 7 things, then you cannot enjoy, relationship, and you cannot enjoy marriage to the fullest. Hey, my name is Michael Ajasi, aka Advocate for Men. You're welcome to my platform. This is the space dedicated to raise a generation of men who are divinely equipped with a deep sense of purpose and with the enablements of becoming great men, husbands, and fathers. So the first thing on my list is approval. The need for approval is important. Reason is this: men has been built, with a sense of work, without affection, without, praise, without some form of compliment, But you understand that there's a king in a man and there's a kid in a man. And so what a man needs is a woman that can, pat the kid in that man. And so you have to be able to give approval, because it's what we need. It's how we feel, or how we understand that what we are doing for you is being appreciated. Is knowing that what we do and what we had to you, is of importance to you. So what kind of approval are we talking about here? We're talking about things like, over a period of time that we've been together, I realized that you're such a man of honor, you're such a man of substance, the way you love God, the way you work, your work ethics, the way you love me, the way you love the family, the way you go out in the morning and come back in the night, I saw you the other day, when you were having this particular challenge, and how you navigated it. Your wisdom is so profound. You have to be able to give approval and praise to this man. What it does for him is actually it fuels him, it energizes him to do more. So what you're saying is not what he's hearing. What you're saying is what he has done. What he is hearing is what he has more capacity to do. Because once you can appreciate and give him approval, then, he has the ability to do more for you. So another thing about approval is that it gives him some form of security also. I know most women don't know that men have insecurities too, especially to their spouse or to whoever they are dating. They want to be sure that this lady is settling with me, not because I'm able to do this and that, but because she really knows who I am deep down. And her settling is not like she trying to take a risk. It's actually what she has intentionally, been able to settle, for. And so oftentimes men, we always want that approval, so that they understand, okay, I am still in the same position, or I am still where I am in this person's life. And so approval is so important. It gives a man a deep sense of worth, and value too. It shows that you value, and so every man needs that. If you cannot give me approval, if you cannot praise me, then what are you doing? Will you say, if I praise him now, you're feeling too big and I don't want him? No, praise me. Give me approval. That's the way I am able to, believe that what I'm doing for you, you're actually seeing it, or what I'm doing for you has an impact, and not just an ordinary impact in terms of need, but an impact in terms of that is what I really want. A man needs that deep sense of, worth, that I am what she wants. But most men don't get that, because they say women, love language, words of affirmation. Men need words of affirmation even more than women. Women need to, maintain who they are psychologically. Men need that because of their self-esteem, because of their worth, because of their ego. And so approval is important. That's my number one. So my number two is respect. Respect. We cannot overemphasize the importance of respect. And I'm not talking about respect in the sense of, you kneeling down or being able to call him Mr. or brother or no. I'm talking about you making sure that in everything you do, you place him as number one. The same way the respect you accord to your pastor, the respect you accord to your father, the respect you accord to whoever you think is bigger or greater than you, and without any sense of, them making any form of mistake at all, their position is still being maintained in your life. That's the kind of respect the man needs. And so you cannot respect your pastor and not respect the man. That is how we are. We need respect. And so what we need from you is to, number one, place premium, on us. And I feel why women don't respect men is because there's no premium on that man. There's no premium. Being a provider, is want. So you can respect him because he can provide. That's not respect. Respect is rooted in worth, is rooted in premium, is rooted in value. And so whether he's rich or not rich, you respect him. Whether he provides or he doesn't, and I'm not saying men should not provide. I'm just saying what happens if what you hold on to, as metrics to measure respect, or as metrics, to respond, is not in place anymore. So what do you do? With that respect just go off. And you see that's what happens over time. That people, stop respecting a person because their position or where they place them in their heart is now vacant. And so whether your pastor prays for you or not, he's still your pastor. You have to respect him. You know why? Because you placed a premium on him. In fact, the root word of that is reverence. So you have to be able to revere whoever you call your spouse, whoever you call your man. And so we need that as men. So whoever cannot revere us, whoever, is not able to respect us, place premium on us, value us deeply, is not worth it. So I'm not going to sit down and watch you disrespect me. I'm not going to sit down and place a premium. In fact, according to the author of the Bible, after God is Christ, after Christ is the man, after the man is the woman. You will not see anywhere where it is stated that after God, Jesus, after Jesus, pastor, after pastor, your husband. You have to watch out for the other. But people could respect their pastor, but they cannot respect their husbands. You are breaking the order. And so respect is important. So place a premium. Once you're able to place a premium on him based on who he is, not based on what he does, not based on, his job description, but based on who he is, it is easy for you to respect. And so whenever you hear a man clamors about respect, what he's trying to say is that place a premium on me. Regardless of what I do, regardless of who you think I am or who you believe I should be, place a premium on me. So if you're able to place a premium on the man, then it's easy. So respect begins to flow naturally. It begins to flow. But once there's no premium, because premium will give you worth. The maker of peak milk is the same maker of 3 Crown. Why is peak milk more expensive than 3 Crown? Premium. So even in sales, you have premium price. What premium price means is that there's some worth or some value that will be gained or that will be of benefit if you subscribe to this. And so look at your husband that way. Look at the man that way. that there's a worth, there's a premium, there's set of values that I placed on him. So whether he ceases to be who he should be in terms of job description, is still what he is. So women need to settle that my husband is my husband, regardless whether he brings the money, whether he doesn't bring the money, whether he's doing his duty, whether anything happens, my husband is still my husband. And so you see that men, we want to, get money before they get woman, thinking that is what because the society has built us to be like that. That what women will respect is money. And so you see men saying, it's because of my money. If I don't have money, you don't respect me. Or you see men even saying, am I not providing? Am I not doing what I'm supposed to do in the house? This and that. You see, what they are saying is, I have made the provision, the financial provision. So based on that, I'm supposed to get this respect. But what it's supposed to be really is that regardless of this, expression of me, respect me, place some premium on me, value me. That's number 2, respect. And so we need it. We need it like food. We need it like air. We need it like water. And so if you cannot respect a man, then there's no point of coming to that man. That's number 2. Number 3 is space. And, people really need to understand how men behave. The nature of a man is designed for space, and dated back to the book of Genesis. The man was alone, and so he's been doing everything by himself. There's a way he behaves. He wasn't acquainted to the animals, He wasn't in any relationship with the trees, with the plants. He's all alone. And so he has built himself to be like that. And so in the formation of man, you should understand that a man just wants to be sometimes. He's not thinking anything. His day, did not go wrong. Nothing happened. There was no bad occurrence. There was no evil. It wasn't that he had something that was disturbing him. He's not worried necessarily about anything. But he just needs that space. You know why? Because that is how the man is formed. To be alone sometimes. Alone time is necessary. And so you do have to. And I think again that it's not just thinking, I believe that what marriage is actually is, this is my domain. This is your domain. I should be able to give you invitation into my domain. You should be able to give me invitation into your domain. And so domain has to be respected. Boundaries has to be respected. What if when you want to come in is saying, I don't need a visitor now? Because you cannot go to any place without proper invitation. And so you need invitation into a space or into his space. So vice versa. I need invitation into your space as a woman. You need, invitation into my space as a man. So when I'm open, come in. When I'm not open, just respect that particular time, is for me. But most times people will say, once we are married, why should there be space? Why should it be? We should be able to do anything anytime. No, a man needs alone time. It helps him to think. It helps him to be able to help himself, to return back to his original state, And that's why men take a lot of time to process things. You know why? Because they have to return to that space where everywhere is quiet. I'm not talking about environment. I'm talking about his environment. His environment has to be quiet enough for him to process. And so what we take a woman to process in 2 minutes can take a man to process for 3 days. You know why? He's looking for that quiet place in his environment to be able to think well, to be able to process well. And so you should be able to respect his space and know that it's not necessarily trying to push you away. It's not thinking that, you should not be thinking that, maybe there's a woman in his life now, or he's trying to, no. There are many times men just want to be. And if you understand that well, it works for you. But if you don't, it means you are going to be, creating a huge problem for the man. So number 4 of what men really need. I know people don't know this, but physical touch. People think women need touch. Women need touch, but men need touch more. You know why? Because we don't give access to too much people. We are not open, so we don't give access like that. And so once we give access to one, we believe that one should be able to maximize that access. Touch the man. We need touches. We understand that women's body are wired, in a different way, but men too, we are wired differently. And so places that, will help you be able to understand him better, or that will make him feel better, is number 1, his head. It's very important. His hand, is important. His chin is important. These are places, you see, once you begin to give those places touches, it affirms something to him. And so physical touch, his chest, you see, I'm not talking about beard. Don't touch. Well, if he likes it, but if you want to touch his beard, it's okay. But the beards, because most people say, let me just touch your beards. No, I've not seen anywhere, in my research, where beards, is one of the places he can touch. But if he likes it, it's okay. But beard is not one of them. But you should be able to touch. There are sensitive places that you can touch, but the most sensitive is head. Hair too. Hair is a sensitive place you can touch. It doesn't feel the same with a woman. It's not going to become honey. No. It affirms him. That's the difference. For a woman, it makes her feel safe. It makes her, sometimes, feel wanted. But for a man, it gives him affirmation. It's that you like me the way I am. Or you celebrate what I look like and how I look. You see, it's that affirmation. You rub his head. It's like, leave my head, what's wrong with you? People will laugh, but he actually likes it. Every man likes that. And so you should be able to understand how to touch, his head. And so, as a man, please touch our head. Once you're married, you should be able to touch my head. Let me know. Let me know you like me. Let me know, I'm doing well. You see, these are messages this thing sends to a man. So you affirm him. All right. So number 5 is priority. Just like the first one, approval, you should be able to prioritize him. How do you prioritize a man? Number 1, time. So if a woman cannot prioritize you in that regard, there's nothing you're doing with that woman. She should be able to give you her time. She should be able to give you her support. She should be able to give you everything she has, her capacity, her skills, her efforts, In any decision at all, you should be able to prioritize you, to ask you, honey, do you need me for anything? Do you want me to do anything for you? Because I want to do this, but I want to know if you will need me for this, Being able to prioritize him is important. And so most of the time, every time actually, a man needs that priority. He should get that from a woman at every point. But sometimes, you see, these are things that we see casually, but we shy away from. So when we get married, we begin to shout, you have changed. No, nobody changed. You did not take your time to observe that this person is not prioritizing you. So you spoke about something yesterday that you want to do, and you talked about how you would need her in that thing, and today she carried her bag saying she's going to her friend's place to go and enjoy, or she tells you she's having party, where there's something more important than that. I'm not saying people should not party, but there's something more important than that. And we should understand that whenever a man is doing something, he's not doing it for himself. No man does anything for themselves. They do things because of the person they love, the person they like. And so men in their formation are providers. They are not providing for themselves. It's that they are providing for people. And so if he's streamlining, those he's supposed to be answerable to or responsible to you and the kids, then you should be able to prioritize him. So if he can prioritize you, you should prioritize him. So in your decisions, prioritize. In your conversation, prioritize. In fact, in your daily work, prioritize him. Ask him or tell him, tell me if this is what you want me to do. If this one makes sense, let me know. So that, it's prioritizing. And what that does to the man is that you recognize him as the authority. You recognize his position in the family. And so priority is important. That's my number 5. Number 6 is homely. Homely. A man needs a woman that is homely. And again, I'm not saying marry based on that. You should not marry based on that alone. A woman can be homely and not wise. A woman can be homely and be very foolish. A woman can be homely and, be honest. And so you have to place your priorities right. You have to know what you really want. But part of the things you need as a man is a woman that is homely. A woman that has, a good orientation of what a home should look like. Not what a house, what a home should look like. Time to wake up, time to pray, time to bathe the kids, time to cook, time to clean. Because most of the time, women spend more time with the kids and in the house than men, except if a career does not give room for that, and there are exemptions, but most of the time mothers are there. So a man needs a woman that is homely. And so you have to get some skills as a woman. If you need a man, a man needs to look out for these skills if he must really marry you. Can you cook? Can you clean? Can you wash? Can you take care of the kids? What do you know about children? And these are conversations that need to be held. What do you know about children? Your orientation about children, about elementary education, secondary education, tertiary education, all of these things. So the woman has to be rounded. You don't have to marry based on she's kind. No, what of that? So who will do that for you? Because you cannot go and call your mom to come and do that for you. You can't ask your maid, because most people, replace their maid, for that responsibility. And so it's their maid that is doing it. And that's why men need this. If men don't need it, there's no point, for men to settle for their maid. Why they will settle for maid sometimes is because that maid is giving them what they need, is doing what they need. Why you think you are busy chasing money or busy chasing your career, which I don't have any problem with, if you can balance it, I think you should be able to know how, to be homely. A man needs that, because at the end of the day, he's going to commit. You see, there's a level of commitment from the man to the woman. And so if he cannot commit the home into the hands of his wife, then that woman should not be a wife. So part of your criteria, as a woman, is that you are homely. So if you're not homely, don't come. Women don't need you. All right. And the last thing, number 7 is same belief. Same belief or same faith. A man needs a woman that believes in what she believes in also. So if you're not of the same faith, if you're not of the same belief, same faith is different from same belief. There are sets of beliefs that you have, about life, about how to react to things. You have to be able to put these things in place. As a woman, you should know how to, reel out your set of beliefs. So what's your ideology about life? What's your ideology about giving? What's your ideology? Even people of the same faith have different belief of the same faith. Why do we have all these issues going on? Why do we need serious conversations, before settling down? If these things, does not have any importance, then I should just walk into a church as a Christian and marry another Christian. But we need those discussions because our set of beliefs are different, even though we have the same faith. And so you need to know, again, what our ideology is about life, about money, about giving, about helping, about children, about education, in fact, about everything. So you need to know. So if you're not of the same belief, if you're not of the same mind, if you're not always on the same page, you can always come to the middle and agree on things, but let the foundation be the same. Let what brings both of you together be the same. And so again, number 1 is approval. Number 2, respect. Number 3, space. Number 4, physical touch. Number 5, priority. Number 6, homely. And number 7, same belief or faith. See, these are the 7 things that a man really needs. And so as men, if you cannot give that to us, we are not going to settle. Thank you. So I would like to hear from you. Let me know what you think about these 7 things. And if you have things we can add, let me know. I will sure add them. If you have questions and comments, go to the comment section. I'll be able to respond to you within the shortest time possible. Till I see you again. Bye-bye.